Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to go through 5 shocking reasons why people are leaving Ireland. Yeah, 5 shocking reasons why people are leaving Ireland. So please stay to the end of the video to know all of the 5 reasons why people are leaving Ireland. The first reason is because of the housing crisis in Ireland at the moment. So it's extremely hard to get a house in Ireland at the moment. It doesn't matter what job you've got, it doesn't matter what reference you have. So in order to get a house in Ireland in the first place, you need to get a reference, a work reference, you need to get a previous landlord reference and all of these, and you need to be able to afford the house in the first place, because an average apartment in Ireland is 1,500 euros. So an average apartment is 1,500 euros. That's just a 1-bedroom apartment. Imagine you've got the money to pay for the house, but you can't even find a house. So anyone that moves from a country to a different country, so for any foreigner that is moving out of the country to come to Ireland for work, for school, or for anything else, imagine when you move to a country, the first thing you're looking for is a house, is a shelter above your head. But if you can't find a house, how are you going to cope in the first place? So housing crisis is one of the biggest issue in Ireland at the moment. So it's not just for the foreigners, even pure Irish people that have been living in this country for so long, they can't even find a house. So in order to get a house is so difficult. So literally I've been looking for one myself for a long time. For the past 6 months actually, I've been looking for like a 2-bedroom apartment. I've got the money because I've got a well-paid job and I've got a family, but in order to find one, it's extremely hard in Ireland. It doesn't matter where you are. The worst place even is Dublin, which is the capital city of Ireland. In order to get a house in Dublin is just out of the world. Imagine if you're in Dublin, you get paid normally. You can get average from 30 to like 50,000 euros in Dublin, but you can't even get a house. 80% of that money will just go through the house. That's just paying for the house. I didn't include any bills like any household bill like the electricity, the gas, the internet, and whatever else you pay for a house. So yeah, housing crisis is one reason that a lot of people have been moving out of Ireland. The next reason is the tax system. I've done a lot of videos talking about the tax system in Ireland, and Ireland isn't the highest. Actually, Ireland is the second highest in the Eurozone when it comes to high tax. So Denmark and most of the Scandinavian countries are usually above Ireland. At the moment, Ireland have the second highest tax in the whole of the Eurozone. So for example, if you're earning there's 2 different bands of tax in Ireland. You've got the 20% band and the 40% band. So if you're earning 30,000 euros and below, you pay just 20% as tax. I said just 20% as tax. And anything above that 30,500, you pay 40% as tax. So this actually made a lot of people in Ireland to be lazy. So literally, I think the Irish system actually favors like the lazy people, because for me, I remember when I was earning just 30,000 euros, I was so happy to pay just 20% of it as tax, because that's not too much. But once you start earning like more than 30,000, like 35,000 and above, you start paying 40% of that extra money as tax. So this actually made me not to even want to like get any extra job, because there are some countries, for example in the UK, a lot of people in the UK have more than 1 job, but that's a no in Ireland. Most people in Ireland, if they do have a well-paid job, like the doctors, the nurse, the engineer, none of them actually want to have more than 1 job, because if you do have more than 1 job and you are earning above 30, 40, 50,000, 40% of whatever income you're making from the other job is going to be cut off as tax. So literally you'll be working every single day, extra hours and everything, then extra 40% of the money, so you're left just with 60% of the money that you've been working. The government take 40% of the extra. So the tax system in Ireland is so discouraging, and this has made a lot of people to move out, to migrate to different countries that have lower tax rates. The third reason now is there are less fun activities in Ireland. So we all know the saying that says work hard and play hard. So in Ireland, you can be doing 5 jobs, as I said before. You can be earning like 100,000 euros, But at the end of the day, after working, there's less fun activities, like less adventurous activities. And in different countries, there are a lot of fun activities you can do. You can go skydiving, you can go swimming, you can go mountain climbing, you can do all of this ice skating and whatever kind of activities anyone is into. But in Ireland, there's like literally less of these type of activities in Ireland, mainly because of the location of Ireland. Ireland is an island, so it's really hard for all of these type of activities to be in Ireland in the first place. So for example, for a young adult that is working, and obviously when you finish working you want to have fun and stuff, so there's usually less stuff to do in Ireland. What most people do is after work they usually go to the pub, or what is called bar in different countries. They usually go to the pub and they get a pint, so they can get a glass of wine, they can get whatever they can drink. That's one of the main like sociable activity in Ireland. So that's literally the main kind of activity in Ireland. When you finish working on Friday or whatever days, if you're not working shift, most of your mate will be asking you, oh yeah, what are you doing this weekend, what pub are you going to, and all of that. Because in Ireland they have less adventurous activities, there has like less stuff to do, like less fun stuff to do. In the US you can go to all this amusement park, you can go to this Disneyland and all these places that you can go for fun. But in Ireland there's less of this stuff, so it's really hard to have fun in Ireland. The fourth reason is the weather. Yeah, I've talked about the Irish weather a lot as well on my channel. I think this is the third video that I'm talking about the weather. So today that I'm doing the video is the 1st of September 2022, and at the moment it's heavily raining at the moment. I literally had to close all the windows. So Ireland, when it comes to the weather, you will never know of what to expect. It's just so unpredictable, so you never know of what to expect. That's why you see people overdressed or underdressed in Ireland, because you never know if it's going to be too warm or it's going to be too or it's going to be too cold in Ireland. Due to the different climate and all of this global warming and whatever is happening in the world at the moment, most kids that are born in Ireland has to be prescribed vitamin D. So all these vitamins that you need due to sun. So most countries like Spain, Portugal and all of that, you don't need that, because they still have enough sun to provide them this vitamin that they need for the normal health. But in Ireland, because there's no sun, literally no sun at all in Ireland, in a 12-month period, so in a full year, you might be lucky to have sun for like 4 or 5 weeks, like literally for 4 or 5 full weeks in Ireland. So the weather is just so unkind to most people. It barely snows in Ireland. Yeah, I know most people think Ireland should be snowing every day, but it barely snows in Ireland. It mostly rains. It's always wet in Ireland, so always wet and windy in Ireland. But it's I think the last time I saw good snow, or I saw snow in Ireland, was probably in 2015. The summer isn't as other European country, the winter isn't as other European countries. So Ireland is just a country of its own when it comes to the weather. So the Irish weather is just something that is just Irish weather. So you literally can't compare it to any other country in the world. So that's something that have made a lot of people to leave Ireland as well, because the weather is really depressing when it comes to Ireland. In Ireland, there's mostly longer nights and shorter day. This actually trigger some nerve in your brain to trigger depression and anxiety. When there's less sunshine, most people always feel down in Ireland, which have led to like another problem, which is a lot of depression, like high rate of depression and anxiety because of less sun, because of the bad weather, less outdoor activity. Even though Ireland is a good country for outdoor activity, but because of the weather, there's usually less outdoor activities and high rate of depression and anxiety. I know this is a topic that most people don't want to talk about, but the weather in Ireland have actually led to this problem. So yeah, I'm going to go now to the final one, which is the cost of living. Yeah, the cost of living. Inflation in Ireland is the second highest in the whole world. Inflation in Ireland is 9.1% since July 2022. So literally 9.1%. A hungry man is an angry man. Yeah, that's the saying. A hungry man is an angry man. And food inflation is between 5.6 to 5.8%. So imagine, everything in Ireland is so expensive. everything when it comes to food, when it comes to fuel, when it comes like literally everything in Ireland is just so high, which have skyrocketed the cost of living. So the cost of living is an umbrella term. As I said before, the cost of accommodation, the tax and all the stuff leads to the cost of living. That's why it's the final point of my video. So Ireland have the second highest cost of living in the Europe zone. So literally in the Europe zone, Ireland is the second highest cost of living, same as the tax system, coming behind Denmark. So yeah, imagine you've got a well-paid job. Imagine you're earning like 60,000 euros a year. Most people might think that's a lot of money, but in Ireland that's peanuts. If you're earning 60,000 euros a year in Ireland, if you're living in Dublin, if you're living in Cork, and you will barely save anything out of that money, because mostly out of the 60,000 euros that you've earned in an annual year, 40% of that money will go first to the government. You're left with 60%, and in that 60%, housing might take even like 40% of that money. Yeah, because the minimum or the average accommodation, one bedroom apartment in Ireland is 1,500, so 1,500. So imagine 1,500 by 12, that's a lot of money. Then food as well, which is the cost of living. So food inflation, which is one of the highest in the whole of the Eurozone. Food will take one chunk of your money before anything else. Then if you have a car, if you have I don't know, loans, if you have anything else, your clothing, anything else come after that. So yeah, the cost of living in Ireland have made a lot of people to leave. Ireland is a good country, like so good country. I've been in Ireland now for like 14 years, I think. Yeah, 14 years. I can only say what I've experienced in Ireland. I didn't do this video to discourage people from moving in Ireland. It's just a video to create an awareness of what Ireland is and what you expect if you're moving to Ireland. Yeah, Ireland is still a lovely country. I'm still in Ireland even though I'm doing this video, but this is just to let people know what is happening. So there have been a lot of people moving out of Ireland, and there will still be a lot of people that have been coming in Ireland for the past 4 years, because the census was done 2 months ago and the population of Ireland have actually increased from what it was before. But most of these, your foreign people moving to Ireland, as most of the Irish people and most of the European people actually move out of Ireland because of like the high cost of living, because of the high tax system, because of all of these points that I just said in the video. So thanks a million, guys. Thanks for all the love you've been showing me, and please put in the comment section anything you want, any video you want me to talk about, anything you're interested in that you want me to talk about. Thanks, and see you later. Ciao.